New at 5, several proposed changes to Oklahoma's education system are moving forward at the state capitol that would impact Oklahoma students and teachers at every level.
Legislative committees reached their deadline last week, and while some changes are moving forward, others, like teacher raises, are not. Fox 23's Devin Lyon is live in the newsroom breaking down the success and failures at the committee level and how they could impact Oklahoma schools.
Shay and Nathan, just over a month ago, there was around 2,000 bills filed at the state capitol, and after last week's deadline, only about 500 of them made it through. To chop it down even more, only a third of them will impact education in this state. So I reached out to some state lawmakers involved in education on all sides and heard what they're glad made it through and also where they might have missed the mark. For months, Senate and House leaders have listed out their priorities to restore Oklahoma education and climb away from one of the lowest education rankings in the entire nation. But after the first month, the opportunity to improve all those areas has shrunk.
I want excellence in Oklahoma education as well. I think too many times we focus on just trying to bring the bottom up, which of course is really, really important. But I want kids to be able to have the opportunity to excel as well.
Things are on the right pathway as we continue to move through this budget process and take on policies. But I can tell you the House's priorities are student first.
Representative Dell Curbs is the head of the House Education Committee, and Senator Ali Seifert is the vice chair on the Senate side. The areas they highlight as wins are passing 2 bell-to-bell no-sell bills, more allocated funds going to the classroom, changes to the State Board of Education, and efforts to keep violent or sexual offenders out of the classroom.
I would just go back to the quality of what's in the classroom, which is why obviously I'm so supportive of the cell phone bill, because it costs $0 to let them be able to focus on what they signed up for, which is educate and teach our kids.
But a priority in the Senate that failed this year, a teacher pay increase. It saw no movement in the House.
As the challenges of the budget unfold with this year's budget cycle, we want to make sure we do everything we can, but we do have a lot of agencies that we have to deal with. So as that, we'll continue to look at that and make sure that we're looking at any and every possible way and be creative along the way to try to make sure that we're taking care of education in the best way possible and our teachers and the classrooms.
We didn't advance it through appropriations, so that stalled out this year. It had several $100 million fiscal impact. And so, again, in keeping with realizing that we're in a really, really tight budget year, we realized that it's our job to advocate and see what issues we see as an education committee, but then recognizing we have to make the puzzle pieces fit together at the end of the year with the budget.
A bill to track student immigration status stemming from a push from the state superintendent also failed. The state Senate also removed the state superintendent's $3 million budget request to purchase Bibles for Oklahoma schools. I reached out to State Representative John Waldron and Jacob Rosecrans, both former educators. I asked them their thoughts on what's ahead for Oklahoma schools.
I haven't seen us take any bold swings at the fence yet. So right now I think what we're doing is we're treading water in an uncertain economic environment. We're not making big new changes or big investments in public education.
Do not get me wrong, there's been some decent bills. Once again, politics, that's the key. Politics has gotten way too intertwined with our public schools. Key public schools, key schools that teach all children, no matter what background. So honestly, yeah, no, we're not doing anything to really fix the issues, but it's also systematic.
On our website on fox23.com, I have listed out some of these bills that continue to move forward at the state capitol. I have also in there reached out to teachers and teachers unions for an anonymous response. If you are an educator in this state and you want to anonymously respond to what's going on at the state capitol or just some of the progress that's happening that involves your job and your students, you can email us at news@fox23.com. My personal email is on there as well. We want to elevate your voices alongside the state legislature. Live in the newsroom covering news that matters. Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
Legislators have not yet discussed the new academic standards for social studies and science that were submitted by the State Board of Education. When those are discussed by lawmakers, we'll bring you an update to the possible changes coming to your child's classroom.